Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do an updated jewelry collection video, talk about my most worn pieces, and also how I like to stack and layer my jewelry together. The last time I did one of these videos was almost 2 years ago because I was still living at home, and since then I feel like I've learned so much more about my personal style, and it's kind of reflected in my jewelry choices as well. I store my jewelry in these stacker boxes, and they all come with slightly different configurations. So the top one stores rings, the second one is all necklaces, the third one is like smaller compartments, and it basically allows me to organize my jewelry in a way where I can very easily pick and choose in the mornings. I'm gonna start with rings and then move through the different jewelry categories. But the reason I love rings is because I can see it throughout the day. I love wearing earrings because I think they really enhance an outfit. They kind of bring some life to the face. But rings, I just feel like I enjoy myself because I see them as I move and work during the day. These are some of my favorite rings right now. These two rings here from Vinader. This is a very dainty stacking ring, and I think this green onyx ring is really my absolute favorite piece from them. It really glows in the sun. You can kind of see as I turn it, it becomes a brighter shade of green. It's just incredibly beautiful to catch it throughout the day in the different kind of colors. On my other hand, this is one of my favorite rings of all time. There is something about the stones being flush with a band that I love. It makes it super easy to wear because it's not catching on different things. And I also just like the chunkiness of the stones and the band. It's got a sapphire in the middle and then two diamonds on the side. This one is an antique ring. It was from the 1920s. I purchased it on Etsy. To layer with that ring, I've got some of my Mejuri favorites. So with these different brands like Vinader, Mejuri, I feel like they specialize in slightly different things. One of Mejuri's highlights to me are their dainty rings. This one has an open design, two little diamonds, and I like the chunkiness of the little kind of bubbles. I like rings that feel a little bit more solid, and this one is very, very dainty, but it does still feel substantial and solid. With other jewelry pieces, it might not be as important to me, but the feeling of a ring, I do care about. For something a little bit more subtle, I've also got this white gold band with the bubbles. This is just a great layering piece to add a two-tone metal look. And then I've got the green emerald band to tie in with the green on this hand. This is probably one of my more dramatic stacks, and let me just show you a little bit of rearranging for more everyday looks. I've worn this combination a couple of times where, because we've got the statement ring on this hand, I've just paired it with a very, very fine dainty ring to contrast the different shapes. So here we've got a mix of metals, we've got some color, and it still feels very subtle even though we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rings on. I'm just polishing up a silver ring because next up I want to share with you the rings that are either sentimental or they're antique rings. And this one definitely needed a little polish. This is not a stack I would wear together, but I just wanted to put it on to talk about them. This ring over here is my grandma's. I need to go get it resized because it's definitely too big for me. The black ring here is another antique purchase from Etsy. This is from a ring store called Little Cottery, if that's how you pronounce it. And they do tons of antique rings, so I'll link it down below. But this one I think is also one of my favorite jewelry finds of all time. There's something about the black that is so simple. Yeah, I find it just very strong and like striking looking, which is why I like it. On my other hand, I've got this little ruby ring from my mum. My grandma gave this to my mum, and it's currently missing like a tiny little diamond, which I need to go get fixed one day, but it's just a very pretty, dainty little ring. This Tiffany Co ring is the 1837 ring. This ring just feels special to me because I got it when I was quite young. My first job was when I was 14 at McDonald's, and I think I spent my all of the money I made on either Pandora or like silver Tiffany pieces, and I think this was one of them. I purchased this in high school, probably not 14, a little bit later on, but it does take me back to those days. I also wore this ring every day for many years, so it does feel extra special because of that. It's got a really cool shape, like it kind of concaves down, and I don't regret this purchase at all because it's so simple, yet I think it feels quite elevated because of the shape. This snake ring I got from an Instagram seller, and I'll again link it down below because she's great. I still follow her to see everything kind of they list out. It's an extremely textured ring, and then it's got a little opal in the snake mouth. There's something about a heavier ring and something more sturdy. That also just makes me love something a little bit more. This one's not antique, it's just vintage, which means that it hasn't been around for 100 years. It's been around for longer than 15 though. On my hands now, I've got some rings I will swap in and out, but these are not rings I tend to wear every single day. Of this lot, my favorite is definitely this one. This ring has like a yellowy, greeny color, and I adore that. It kind of feels a little bit different in different lighting, and it just makes it feel super unique. Over here, we've got a little pave ring, and then same with here. These pave rings just add a really nice sparkle to my stack. So if I want maybe more of an evening stack, then sometimes I will pull these out because they kind of catch the light more. Let me show you a few more stacking examples. So let's say I wanted to wear this snake ring. Because this one is so chunky, it's very likely I'll pair it with something very dainty on another finger. And I might do an extra stacking band just so we've got 3 rings and it feels a little bit more finished. Since everything here is gold and very neutral, on the other hand, I might add a bit more color and I might just do a single ring since we've already got 3 on this side. This is a stack I would definitely wear, a little bit of color, something chunky, and then balancing that off with something more dainty. Let's say there's a lot going on with an outfit and I wanted to go more simple. It's likely I'll still start with a key piece, and this time I've gone for this really dainty green emerald ring. I'll add a little bit of texture with these bubble bands, so I might stack these 2 on the next finger. On my other hand, I might do a smooth band. This one's very smooth, but it's curved, and because we've got quite a few textured pieces here, this actually adds a nice contrast. This combination is more subtle, but like the last one, we still have shape, we've got color, we've got a bit of texture, and I feel like the same rules apply no matter what kind of ring stack I'm doing. If I have a more statement ring with a center stone, oftentimes I'll just wear that one alone on one hand, and then I'll do a couple more dainty rings on the other hand to balance the sides out. I did a quick little change because I want to do necklaces next, and I just want to share with you my dream necklace stacks. On my Instagram page, which if you're not following me, I would love for you to go join along. I've been posting tons of reels and I feel like I've just been posting a lot more than usual. So go say hi if you're also on Instagram. In my saved collection, I have all these jewelry and necklace stacks I think are so incredibly stunning. So let me just kind of share with you a couple. I'm sharing with you my favorite necklaces first, so let me just put on a little stack. This has been one of my favorite stacks over the last few months. This necklace, which you may have seen me wear quite a lot, is from Mejuri. Out of all of my Mejuri necklaces, so not including rings and earrings, which I wear probably more, of the necklaces, this is the one that I wear the absolute most. The color and the beads are just the perfect combination, and one of my favorite jewelry pieces. I've worn it with the 2 other necklaces that I'm wearing the most right now, so more often than not, I will actually be wearing these 2 necklaces, and I'll either wear the red one or change it out for pearls or something else. Both of these silver chains are from Marla Aaron. So what they're known for are these little locks. And with these locks, you can put a charm in it, and it basically also connects the chain. I find that lock concept very interesting, and I love to be able to mix and match with the locks and chains. There are lots of cool things you can do, and I'll put up a few on the screen. I've also got a heart lock and then a daintier chain. The pendant for this necklace is another vintage one. It's a popular vintage French pendant design, and there's a store that sells a lot of these, so I'll try to link it down below as well. I also wanted to show you that instead of the red one, sometimes I'll do pearls. And for my pearl necklace, I've got this kind of clasp on the end that basically also allows me to put a charm on. I bought these pearls 13 years ago. I feel like they were $100 something back then. They're freshwater pearls with a sterling silver clasp. Each of the pearls are knotted, and I have had it as my kind of only basic pearls all these years. For necklaces, I often like to go with 3. One reason is because of the rule of 3. 3 things together just looks right. But another reason is because it just gives me a chance to have those different chains, have those different colors, and make this stack feel like a proper stack where you can mix and match a bit more. The key piece here is my Monica Vinader lariat necklace. So this one doesn't have to be a lariat, it's got a clasp, so you can move it to the bottom if you like. And then I paired that with my Mejuri mini pearls, adding a little bit of that pearl texture to the chain. And then I've got on a very dainty one that has a unique little texture. Of these 3, because I've had the mini pearls for the longest, they are definitely my most worn. And then I think this lariat is just very versatile. And like the Marla Aaron necklaces, I like that it has the clasp. This is my favorite antique necklace I've purchased. It's a rose gold men's watch chain. So what you've got on one side is that you've got this, and then on the other side, you've got the 2 clasps. With these clasps, like all of my other necklaces, You can put charms in them and it just makes it very fun to play with. Final necklace favorite, I have to talk about Pamela Card just because I wear their jewelry so often, and they're also one of the brands I get the most questions on, probably because I wear them in a lot of my videos. All of their pieces have this like Roman, Greek, antiquity kind of look. It's in the chunkiness, the yellowness of the gold, and then in all the intricate patterns and designs. These necklaces are quite statement, so I can often wear them by themselves, and then I'll often do 2 daintier pieces to match with them. The pieces are very intricate and romantic. I love that everything has a story, and it just makes the pieces that much more special. I've just put this one together, and I think this is my most typical type of stack. Because it's turquoise, I've matched it to this beaded strand. The colors go together really nicely. I usually try to do 2 necklaces about the same length, and I'll do a third one that is longer to create a mix of lengths. I also really like stacks where not every necklace has a pendant, and then also for the pendants to come off the chains in different ways. So you can see this one is attached and it's not floating. And then for this one, we've got the heart, which is kind of like a pendant, but it's not floating and it's kind of attached on both sides, as opposed to this chain with like a floating pendant. I don't really prefer one over another. I just like to have a mix, so they're not all the same. I swapped out the long chain for a shorter one. So this time we've got this sterling silver chain. This is really quite a chunky chain. So I've paired it with this very fine, dainty sterling silver chain. It's also slightly hammered and it has really beautiful texture. You might see a little cut because last week I had to go into a clinic to do a little skin cancer check where they had to cut into my skin. So I'm gonna try and like cover that up, but that's what it is if you do see it. These are the matching Monica Vinader earrings to the green ring, and I absolutely adore these earrings because when this color is in the sun, I think it's just incredibly stunning, and then to have that near the face just makes me feel very alive, especially on tired days, low makeup days, or just to be honest any day when I want to feel a bit brighter. These are the earrings I am now reaching for. My long-term favorite earrings are these ones. These are Mejuri earrings. These are very chunky and I like the chunkiness of the hoop. It feels a bit more statement and it feels like it adds to an outfit more than a daintier pair. But what I like about these is that they're hollow. Not everyone will like this because they feel a little bit more, I guess, flimsy, but the hollowness is part of why I like them because it makes it really comfortable to wear. I once had a pair of earrings, very similar but more textured, and they were an absolute nightmare because they were so heavy. And I don't want simple basic earrings to cause any discomfort whatsoever. I've had these from Mejuri for years now and they're still one of my most worn earrings, and I reach for them on constant rotation. These are my Pamela Card earrings. These are probably my favorite jewelry item from Pamela Card. They feel a little bit irregular, so you can see this side's a bit bigger and then this side's a bit of a smaller hoop. I love that the shape of these are kind of imperfect and irregular. It just makes this jewelry piece feel really unique. If I was just to purchase one piece from Pamela Card, these are definitely the ones I would choose because I think that they are so special. When I want to go dainty, these are my go-to. These are the Mejuri croissant earrings with the pave diamonds. I love that the pave gives it that two-tone finish. They feel very pretty, and it also matches with my necklaces, which are often two-tone as well. These are another Mejuri hoop that I think is a really good size. These are just the perfect kind of medium-sized hoop, not too chunky, so they're very wearable, and again, lightweight, so they're incredibly comfortable. So with earrings, because I can't stack it as much as others, I don't think I'll be able to show you the whole collection. I do have 2 piercings. I'm about to get a third one, but that's unrelated. I was recently gifted these little Dior earrings. They're my auntie's old earrings, and she wasn't wearing them that much, and she thought I would like them, and I definitely do. So they've got the Christian Dior logo at the top, a beautiful pearl at the bottom. These are definitely costume jewelry, so I don't know specifically what it's made of, but it's costume jewelry. What I like about these earrings is definitely the aesthetic of it. It's quite chunky, so they catch the eye, and the design of like the Sia jacket I think is beautiful. These have been so special to me but at the same time, they're so expensive for costume jewelry. When I want some color, I also really like these Pamela Card earrings with like a blue stone to them. The stone, even though it's blue, kind of reminds me of an opal due to that milkiness in color. I do love my pearl earrings, and these are probably one of the ones I wear the most often. These earrings with a red lip always makes me feel super classic, but at the same time, because of the Baroque pearl, it has a more contemporary feel as well, so it doesn't look too dated. Not that pearls could ever look dated, they're like forever a classic. I have a couple of pairs of silver earrings as well. These are from my best friend. They're like a silver leaf earring. She got these from the market and it's the absolute cutest. I love how shiny it is, and the leaf is just like very Australian. I think it's a eucalyptus leaf, and it's very cute. And these other silver earrings which desperately need a polish, I actually made with the same friend. This earring has reminded me that I want to do more jewelry making lessons and make more pieces. If you're looking for a dupe of Dior earrings and you just want like a pearl ear jacket, I feel like these Mejuri ones are a very good dupe, except, you know, it's not costume jewelry. It is definitely like better quality in material. The only thing with this one is that it is 3 pieces, so you do have to kind of thread it through a little bit more, but they look beautiful on. If I want to wear silver earrings, these are my go-to. I like that they're a chunkier style and then they've got the pearl on it. I've had these for a couple of years now and it definitely doesn't compete with my gold earrings, but anytime I'm feeling silver, this is definitely the one I will go for. These are my Mejuri pearl hoops. I actually love to wear these filming because you kind of can only see the top half and it adds like a nice little detail. These are another one of my older Mejuri pieces, so I've had them for a long time and they're still, I think, one of my favorites from the brand. I'm gonna keep bracelets very simple because there's really not many I wear, and to be honest, it's pretty rare for me to wear a bracelet. The only one I've worn for a significant period of time is this one. This is another Marla Aaron bracelet chain. I've only got one baby lock, so basically I swap it out between the bracelet and the necklace. This is known as my Bali bracelet. Like $1, maybe $2. But this is actually one of my favorite bracelets because I like the color. This is a bangle from Dinosaur Designs. I got this for Christmas from my partner last year because I was really into the brand at that point. And I like this for the color. I like that it fits me really well. It doesn't slide too much and it fits my wrists perfectly since they have the different sizes. And this is probably another one that I wear mostly during the holidays, but it does bring me joy because of the color. Final thing I want to talk about in today's video is what is potentially on my jewelry wish list. And look, it's a small one since I have a lot of jewelry already. So what is on my wish list is this incredible strand of beads from Marla Aaron. Let me find out what it is. They're honestly very expensive, I think, for what they are, but I do love her designs and I think that she has very special pieces, and one day I would love to own them. To go along with that, because it's like a 2-part purchase with the lock, I would also love one of their H locks. I don't know which size I want, but I just think having a large H would be a super cute accessory. I'm also always on the lookout for antique charms. I have a few Etsy shops and I'll link them down below that I'm constantly browsing, looking for charms that I feel like are unique, that come from a time period that I love. That's something that is ongoing for me. I'm always looking for good antique charms that I can add to my Marla Aaron locks or my kind of clip chains. When I get my next piercing, so it'll probably be just like on the lobe as well. Potentially I'll get one like at the top. I'll also get some like tiny studs for that. Let me know in the comments what kind of jewelry pieces you like to wear every day. Do you go for a watch and some simple studs? Or do you like to go for more maximalist jewelry? Are you more of a necklace person or a bracelet? Let me know in the comments down below what kind of jewelry pieces you wear on the daily. And I always love to know what are people's go-to pieces. Thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to go check me out over on Instagram if you are not following me there already. I'd love for you to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you next time.